what it do, YouTube? Welcome to Real Talk of the North, powered by WeSeeHipHop.com, the voice of the streets, the platform of the culture, and the heart of Canadian hip-hop. I'm your boy, J7. I'll be hosting the episode. And today, we got a big show lined up, man. Once again, you know what we do on Real Talk of the North, man? We highlight upcoming fire Canadian talent, and we do it from coast to coast. And today you might have to pull out a notepad, you know what I'm saying, because class might be in session, because we talking about money, we talking about hustle, we talking about raps, we talking to the genius. What up, bro?
Jeez, what's up, my G?
We here, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. It's the first time we get to sit down and chop it up. So, first I'm going to ask you how you doing, how's the week, how's everything flowing these days?
Shit, right now it's Tuesday, man, it's a little relaxed,
Okay, like on the weekends we get a different kind of vibe.
Shit, on the weekends we're always busier, right? So
okay.
In the week, so we're good,
No doubt. Well, man, I'm going to get right into the music. I see you're very focused with the music these days. I see the drops are pretty constant.
Exactly.
And it's kind of popped out of nowhere, you know what I mean? So tell me what made you decide to really, like, this moment is the time to start dropping and stuff. And tell me if you were dropping even before this.
Yeah, exactly. So me, it's not new, the whole music thing, I've been rapping since like 2016.
Okay.
I started like doing freestyles in my room off Facebook, and that's how I got my first recognition. Then like I started dropping. My first like major, let's say, video was in like 2017.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the whole history, but like right now I see you pretty consistent. Like is there something that made you say, hey, I'm going in right now, 2025?
Fuck, man. I told myself, 2025 is the year. I was like 2 years inactive because of incarceration.
Damn.
So, we back. We doing this shit serious this time,
Okay. Is there anything that you learned from the time that you were locked up?
For sure. Time is precious now. Every day, every fucking second we have, we got to take advantage of it. We can't waste time nowadays.
No doubt, man.
We're getting older and not younger, man.
That's facts, bro. That's facts, man.
That's it,
No, but it's interesting because, there's always two sides of it. A lot of people like to glorify it and stuff like that, but it's important to...
Nah, the streets ain't nothing to glorify, man. If you can't get out of it,
Facts.
It's not a choice,
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a choice. It's like, that's how we grew up, like... If we grew up in Westmount, we would have been in Westmount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, including me, were you born here in Canada?
Yeah. Me, I'm from Montreal. I'm from NDG,
Okay.
Walkley, to be exact.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you grew up there your whole life?
Well, until I was like 20, I moved out, but like, yeah, that's where I got my roots. That's where I learned everything,
What's your background?
I'm half Jamaican and half Ghanaian. My dad's Ghanaian and my mom's Jamaican.
Okay, Guinean, African.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up, was like music kind of part of the household? Is that something that was in your life from a young age?
To be honest, music is, we grew up just like, like I started to like more music as I got older as a teen, but like, yeah, music is always in the blood and, it's in the culture,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went to school here in Montreal and everything?
For sure.
What type of student was the genius, young genius?
Shit. So, fuck me. I always stayed smart still, but I used to fuck around, Used to go to school, high school, what I'm saying?
Yeah. The classic teenage years.
To be honest, people are surprised, but like, me, I finished my high school. I even went to college,
Nice. What'd you study in the college?
I did language and the culture,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a year of that still until I gave up. But like, I finished my high school, we tried to do the education a little further, but, at least we made it to college, like.
No doubt. It's important to still at least get that paper, that diploma, you know what I mean?
Exactly,
So while you're there in the teen years, I guess high school years, is that when the music really starts being something you're interested in?
We were doing the freestyles in the park,
Yeah, classic.
All those ones,
And a lot of rap groups came from that area, you know what I mean? I remember some groups back in the days. I don't know if...
DG?
Yeah, like DG, Walkley, that whole area. Like, was there anybody were you aware of the local scene?
For sure. When I was younger, I used to see like iBlast and those guys. Those are the big guys that made it out, you know? Shout out to iBlast,
Of course, man. Shout out Blicky, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would see them kind of doing their thing.
Sure, man. C Money, that was another name at those times. There was What's
C
that?
Money from he was with DPC.
Exactly,
Big
DPC.
shout out DPC, C Money.
Exactly.
Rookie, what up?
Those are the guys we seen, you know, Reps Up, all those guys.
Yeah.
You know? Exactly.
There was reps. There is like a Reps Up link in Montreal, right?
Yeah, Toronto, Montreal.
Because I know Blicky now. He's in Toronto and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But I always was like wondering
Yeah.
if there was a Montreal connection with the.
For
Okay,
sure.
that's dope. That's dope. Okay, so you're growing up and you're aware because there's a lot of people that grow up in the city but like grow up on American hip hop or maybe some Canadian stuff they see on TV, but not.
For sure, there's the American influence, but it's always like there's the local guys also, right? So
Yeah. So what did you grow up listening to? Like even from US or here or whatever.
yeah, when I was like younger, there was a lot of 50 going on.
Yeah.
Like gangster rap was popping at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 50 Cent. We were listening to the Biggie, the Tupacs.
Okay.
That's really what
Okay.
we
Even
grew
the
up on.
classics and
For
stuff.
sure, man.
Okay. Hey man, I don't know, bro. A lot of people come up to me be like, "Who? What? Who you talking?" You know what I'm saying?
Shit, the younger crowd, yeah, man.
It
Me, I'm
depends.
27, so I don't know.
Hey man, I seen some 27-year-olds that weren't too aware. I won't lie to you, bro.
About
Yeah.
Biggie and Tupac?
I mean, they know, but they don't know the music like that. You know what I mean? Like they didn't listen to it. They know they're legends, but it's like they don't. I mean, and not everybody. I don't want to generalize, but there's
Yeah.
certain different types. I mean, it all depends how you came up.
Exactly.
I mean, if you came up knowing about the local scene, I know you were like kind of surrounded by hip hop. You know what I'm saying, or whatever kind of music you would see. So okay, so then at what point are you like, yo, I'm doing this like for real? Let me go to a studio and shit like that.
Fuck, and since I released my first video that got attention, I'm like, fuck, yo. Because at first, like, as an artist, some people, if you don't take it serious, you're just gonna drop it. Then it's the fans that are gonna be like, yo, I like this shit, yo. When you drop it, the next one, then
Sometimes you don't even
Exactly.
expect it.
Exactly. Then the demand is created. Then you have to like keep supplying it. You know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that what happened when you started kind of
Sure,
dropping?
Like, it started even with the freestyles. Like I started with the freestyles, and people were like, "Yo, when is the next one?"
On Facebook, you said?
Yeah, like yo,
Like just you would upload a video?
that. Not only that, I would go live at my mom's house when I was a youth, like when I was 16,
Okay, like
17.
and people are commenting while you're rapping kind of thing.
I had a
That's crazy because people do that today, like on TikTok and stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I
I
mean?
started on Facebook because Facebook was popular back then. You know.
Yeah, of course. But it's
Exactly.
crazy to see that you were doing what people
Yeah,
still
man.
do today. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay, so when you're starting to do the freestyles and stuff, how does the songs come about? Like, is it you meet a producer, you take a beats
To be
on
honest,
YouTube?
Yo, the first beats that I got were like YouTube. Then like from going to school and shit, I met like guys that are producers. Then you know that's how we clicked up. You know, I had a guy send me my first beat, worked with it. You know, did what I had to do with the track. You know, for that time, and yeah, I did what I got to do, and that's it.
And when we listen to your music, I feel like the music I listen to, the songs I heard, it's definitely kind of like motivational kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I call that motion rap.
Yeah. Okay, motion rap. I like that.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to it, I feel like, okay, man, like it's the hustler mentality type of thing. You know what I mean? It like motivates you to get up. Go.
I rather promote motion than violence because
I respect that.
violence it gets you in jail, killed, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
The motion is like, yo, you're talking about hustle. Everybody can relate. Everybody's trying to make money.
100%. Even people that are working legit,
9 to 5.
they're
Everybody
going to
relates
be
to this
motivated,
kind of
you
shit.
know?
You know what I'm saying? So it's not just for one type of person. It's for everybody. Anybody could get money. Anybody could, you know.
Of course, everybody can relate to that, 100%.
Exactly.
But when you talk about that, is it because before you were maybe more going on the violent kind of songs, or you were always on this type of vibe?
No, this has always been me though. This has always been me.
Okay.
I can't be somebody who I'm not, you know?
Yeah.
I won't rap about shit that's not true, that I don't live. So what I rap is what I live, you know? Like it's my inspiration. It's all like
and
real.
And when we say, like, you know, I mentioned it's like motion music, like you say, where does the motion come from, man? Like, where does the hustle come from? Where does that mentality, like, is it
comes
something?
from where I'm from, man, because fuck, since I'm 5 years
Hey,
old.
let the people know this is people watching across Canada, you know? So when you say
I'm 5
DG
years
and shit,
old, yo, all I seen was niggas hustling on the block, niggas fucking like smoking weed, serving bitches, like that's all I seen growing up. So
did you have older brothers or sisters, or
I had like uncles and shit. You know, I had boys with brothers and shit. So like definitely like the influence comes from where I'm from. You know, I'm a product of my environment. You know, that's what. You are where you from. Like
100%, man.
You know?
So when you start dropping the music in Montreal, like you're aware of are you following also like the French side of things?
For sure.
Do you mess with any French artists, like as far as collabs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I seen you got one with
exactly.
VG.
Yeah, I did a featuring with my boy VG. That's a guy I know from time. You know, I fuck with the French people. I fuck with the French rap. I even speak French myself, you know. So yeah, for sure.
It's a Montreal thing.
Yeah, for sure. I salute everybody who's doing their thing.
Did you ever spit in French?
I never recorded anything in French, but when I was younger, I used to write in French, but it's not my thing, you know. Like,
nah?
I know I could probably develop a French thing, but like I'm really like Anglophone at the end of the day, you know. Like my first language is
more
English.
natural. Yeah, you go with your natural way of.
I feel like the French would sound the same, you know.
Yeah.
If I would, you know.
I mean, if you feel it's gonna be forced, it's better not to even you know just stick to what the natural vibes are.
Type shit.
So right now you're dropping the music. Do you feel the traction? The more you drop, the more you're like consistent with the drops and stuff.
Sure, man. I remember before I even dropped, like, okay, so since I got released last year, June 2024.
Okay, that's recent.
Yeah, man. I haven't even been out a year, man.
Wow.
I swear to God.
What's the first thing you did when you got out?
You know what I had to do, man.
Okay, my bad. First meal you ate. Oh no, but I don't mean. You know what I mean? Like a.
Yeah. I don't even eat boxed.
There you go. Let's go.
Okay, boom. So first meal, my nigga, ordered some pizza. That sounds kind of weird, but like after 2 years, like pizza's good, you know. Like inside, pizza and chicken wings.
There's
man,
no
straight
bad
up.
answer to that question. You know what I'm saying?
Pizza and chicken wings, man. That's what we ate, you know.
Nice. So okay, so since we're on the topic, while you're locked up, not to, I don't want to dwell too much on it,
don't worry.
but like if you're there, are you while you're there, are you even thinking music? Because a lot of artists I meet that when they do time, they're like, yo, I wasn't even on this. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I wrote a lot of bars inside.
Really?
Yeah, because I was gonna use that for the outside, and like, cause my shit's a story, my whole life. So like already like going through that. Some people going to jail, it gives them credibility, Like me, I'm not gonna say it gave me credibility, but like I already like was kind of known, and the fact now that people see me inside, because when you go inside, those are the real criminals, So if 100%. The real criminals validate you, you know what I'm saying.
So there wasn't. It was du bon temps, like they say.
Yeah, I did good time. I did 2 years, like really, like 24 months, like no joke, like. And like,
was it the first time you did time?
Yeah, for sure. And like, I don't suggest that to anybody, like, fuck man, like it was the hardest experience I had to deal with, to be honest, because starting over and all that shit, yeah.
And people don't realize too, like it takes a toll on the mental side too, like
you I have to stay strong,
You're there thinking, like sometimes
free guys.
Free the guys, of course. Some people tell me that sometimes they gotta like really forget about the outside, and just that's why like a lot of artists tell me like, nah, I didn't write, I didn't even want to write, because they kind of like X out the outside world so they can like focus on where they are, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Anyways, it's a crazy experience to live, and it's dope to see that you came out motivated and to do music. So you were thinking about it of like, when I get out, this is the plan, and so on. So
like, I didn't even know that. Cause like just coming back, I didn't know it was gonna be easy,
What do you mean by easy?
How do you explain this? Like, it was, cause you gotta start over. Like, I didn't know people were gonna. It's like people were waiting for me.
Okay, you weren't expecting that.
I didn't know I had that much like love type shit. Like,
Yeah.
Like, then like when I started dropping, I'm seeing people are like, yo, we've been waiting, like, cause like 2 years of not dropping, for sure they're waiting,
For sure.
And before I went in, I was starting to get into that flow of dropping.
Okay.
Then boom, I disappeared for 2 years.
That like, kills it. You gotta absolutely start over after
exactly,
that.
Exactly,
Damn.
That's what I mean. It was like, thank God for people being real, like people showed me love, like that's it, Without the people, you're nothing, to be honest, like.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, and they're the motivation.
Yeah.
And they also need to realize, like, ticket sales count, merch counts. You know what I mean? We are in Canada. This is not the same as the US, where like the the industry is like going crazy in the US where billions of dollars are made. You know what I mean? So anytime you can support an artist that you fuck with, man, get the merch, get the vinyl, get the hoodie, whatever it is, and go to the shows. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes a lot of people listen, but then they won't do that extra thing. And I'm like, yo, we need that in the game. You know?
You know what's crazy? I even came up with a logo. My logo is basically like, because my initial logo is a brain, because I go by Genius. And came up with a logo that's a brain. And I have this mixtape coming. It's called Free Your Mind. And the logo is basically the brain behind bars holding the cell.
Wow.
Yeah. I should have came with the fucking shirt, man.
Yeah.
I had that, like, I made
but
that.
It makes sense with everything you're talking about, you know?
Like, me, to be honest, I see myself as a creative person. I don't want to be like everybody else, because I feel like when you're like everybody else, man, you get boring, you know?
Big time. Big time. And people will tend to like skip over that, you know what I'm saying?
There's so much people rapping, bro.
Exactly.
From 2 years ago when I went inside to now, like there's 10 new rappers.
Imagine, and you're saying that for here, and imagine on the nationwide level, imagine on the world, imagine the people that are just listening on Spotify.
People have time to come up in 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
You have time to
But you see, that's the thing too. Today, there's a lot more artists. It goes a lot quicker, but the come up, like you said, you can go from 0 to 100 pretty fast.
Real fast.
You know what I'm saying?
The internet is everything.
Exactly. So you got to be. Is that something you were always like savvy with?
What, the internet?
Yeah.
To be honest, my presence is there. I let it be felt because I have influence. Let's be honest. Like, I come with an influence. Like,
when you say that, what do you mean? Like, I have influence?
Well, I know I have a following. You know,
okay,
people listen to me. People fucking like, I see people personally in my day-to-day life, like, copy shit I do, like, because I motivate people, right?
Yeah.
So.
And that must motivate you also in return when you see it happening, right?
Exactly. I have people saying, yo, they wanna like be like me, like, or some shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. And where does the name come from?
The Genius.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you a run back on history.
Because a lot of people might be like, the Genius, you know, they'll see it in a way.
It's deeper than that. Like, basically, I used to call myself intellectual. That was like my first rap name. Yeah.
Okay.
And I always been into like cultivated shit, like learning, consciousness, the mind, laws of attraction. Like,
okay.
You see, like, I'm on some like the things I think about on a daily basis. Not the average person is into that, you know?
Yeah.
So already just to like be into that, you have to be intrigued. You have to want more. You have to be conscious. You have to be aware. You have to... Curiosity brings intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's it. Like, yo, Genius, I became Genius with time. You know, I wasn't born Genius.
Yeah.
But I became that with time, and like, it's been a while. I have that name, Genius, you know?
Okay.
Like,
and that's dope that you say that, like, curiosity
brings intelligence.
Yeah, man, because that's what it's all about.
Questions, man.
You got to.
Critical thinking, man.
You got to, man. You got to question everything, man. And do you feel...
get an answer.
Absolutely. Do you feel that most of society doesn't go the extra mile kind of thing to...
People are just, how do you say this? They're too content with what they have.
Yeah.
It's okay to be satisfied, but don't settle for less, you know?
What if somebody's like, yo, man, I work my regular job. I'm happy. I'm living my life. I got my family.
Depends... This is another thing people have to understand. The lifestyle you want to live has to match your budget. You cannot live a lifestyle that is not, that you can't afford.
That's obvious. But today we're in the era of people want to be seen.
Yeah, like the cap shit is like, it's not good, man. Like,
a lot of people living beyond their means.
Going broke, trying to look like somebody, spending your last dollar on jewelry.
Yo, bro, you'd be surprised how many people...
Trying to impress females and shit. Me, I know from what I've learned, a female would be more interested in a guy who's on his grind than a guy who's too after her, you know? Because if you're... With no money, how are you going to take that girl down a date or some shit, you know?
That's a fact.
If you don't have a car, like, nowadays these girls want standards and shit. You don't have a spot, you don't have a car, you don't have
it's good you're asking. It's good you're saying this, because when I watch the videos, I'm not sure which video it was. Was it Flip or was it I see you, you know, genius is well surrounded. You know what I'm saying? Always well surrounded. Looks like a good vibe. You know, if there's a room for a +1 at the video shoot, you know, holla at your boy. But I see you always well surrounded and shit. And were you always good with the ladies?
It comes with the fact that I'm somebody who you could talk to, who's a good listener. So already females, if you're a good listener, that's a plus.
I told y'all, take notes. I told y'all.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Free game.
And just gotta be yourself, to be honest. Like, that's number one. Be yourself, and people will like you for who you are. You can't try to be somebody that people will notice that right away, you know. Like,
But this is like the
authenticity nowadays. It's so much. That's the value. That's the shit.
yeah. But it's more and more rare because of the. I want to show what I'm doing, what I'm eating, how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I don't know, man. It's like a highlight reel. They want to show a highlight reel of their life. You know what I mean?
A lot of competition too, man.
But I don't feel like it's like I feel like we're in an era like I don't know what's gonna be next. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're so out there. Everybody's putting everything out there, showing their life, showing their this. So it's like I don't know what's next, but. It is what it is, man, at the end of the day. Do you, like I said, music these days, a lot of people say, like, you got to be a content creator, not only an artist. You know what I mean? And how do you feel about that side? Because a lot of artists are like, yo, man, I don't like to have to do
nowadays, people are more interested in your life than your music, it looks like. Fuck, if you're not relevant on the exterior of your music, people don't even, like, listen. It's like your lifestyle has to be wow for people to listen to you nowadays.
How you feel about that, like, as an artist?
To be honest, it just makes you want to step it up, but you don't. If you're not like ready, that's why I'm saying you have to like. Each person has to do what they can. Like you can't try to do more. Can't bite off more than you could chew. Like
yeah, but it depends what type of rap you do, right?
Exactly,
because there's a lane for like a backpacker rapper or a more conscious type rapper, right?
Exactly.
But I feel what you're saying on this. Street rap or whatever you want to call it. I know that and I feel like there's a lot of youngins that put pressure on themselves, kind of thing.
Trying to look better than they are, huh? Or move too fast.
Kind of look better, yo. I can't do a video unless I got this. I got that. You know what I mean? And sometimes like, okay, well, what about just the music? You know what I'm saying?
People they think it's a lot about the image, but it's true. The image is nowadays it's 90%. You know what I seen recently? It's like 70% image, 30% talent.
Look,
so many artists
I can't
that
disagree.
are popping that don't have talent, but they're super rich. They're iced out. They have the big chains. They have the cars. They have the girls. So you think they're good because they have what the good rapper has, but they're not a better rapper.
So what do you say to the people who are like, yo, but he doesn't have bars, but he can't spit metaphors and all this kind of like, you know, rappity rap type shit? Because maybe you've had people tell you, oh, yo, why are you talking too much about this or that? Why don't you? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had those kind of critics?
To be honest, fuck. Depends on your crowd, but me, I could get a lot of controversy based on my name. You know, like say like I go by Genius, so I always have to like for some reason I have to. My standard has to be high, you know, like I can't call myself genius and not drop something that's
true
on a genius level.
Can't drop a gem. You got to drop a gem here every time.
That's why it's like I have to set the bar high, you know.
And you know, when you started doing the music, was your family and the people you were seeing on the block and the people that were around you, were they all like down with it, or like the first times they heard you kind of thing? Was it like a?
To be honest, obviously, you know, like when you start. Like you have your real friends, like the people you went to school with and all that.
Yeah, I call them the committee. Every rapper's got his little committee of homies that he.
So those were the first to support that, like started being other people, But your main support is the people you know.
So the love and support was always there.
Yeah, but not as much as now. Obviously, it grows, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And like,
especially with consistency.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Like the more that I stayed consistent, I seen some people that never said they like my music. All of a sudden, they like the shit now.
You're like, man, I've been doing this.
Yo, like for real though.
Yeah, but you can't. I get you. Like the artist side, obviously, is like, yo, man, I've been putting in work for so many years, but at the same time,
people recognize hard work. Hard work doesn't go unrecognized.
And you never know when you're gonna get the recognition. So at the end of the day, you can't be like, you just gotta take it when it comes. You know what I'm saying? And just keep doing your music. As long as you do it and you have fun, I think that's the key. You know what I mean? And like you said, you started with the freestyles and everything, but are you still that kind of MC when you're recording? Because a lot of rappers I know today, they don't write that much. They kind of go bar for bar.
Me, how do I record is obviously like I would write my hook.
Okay.
I start with the hook.
Okay.
And,
so you always write with the beat.
Yeah, because I feel like you can't get the flow of the song without the beat.
In this day and age, I agree with you 100%.
Because you're gonna hear the beat, and that's when you choose your flow.
Yeah.
You're not gonna choose your flow before the beat.
I get it. No, I get what you're saying. It's just because, but earlier you were saying when you were writing in jail, you had instrumentals?
No, that was just lyrics.
Just bars. Okay.
And then those, I fit them on anything,
Okay. I get you. Because, that's what I'm saying. Me, when I think without a beat, I'm thinking bars. I'm not thinking melodies, obviously. Okay, so you get the beat, figure out the hook. Do you do, what do they call it? When you hum the melody kind of on the track.
What's that called?
Top line. Top line.
No, I don't really do that.
You just write directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I write even before going to the studio. I don't write at the studio. Like,
so like your verses are written?
Yeah, everything's ready.
Oh,
when
everything
I'm at the
is.
studio, I'm ready. Like,
okay,
to
you
jump,
get it.
like,
No time to waste.
2 songs.
I know
an
the
hour
genius
type
is. Listen, for the people who don't know, the genius is a busy man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things going on.
Yeah, 2 songs in an hour. We're not wasting time with this shit. Like,
okay, so you come in.
Yeah, we're ready. Like,
so you're not sitting there.
For this shit. Come on.
Facts. So you're not the type that's gonna be sitting there and be like, okay, no, twist the, no, the snare's got to sound like that. Like you don't. You record it and be like, that's Tupac style. Tupac used to be like that.
Can't be a perfectionist nowadays, man. Like, when
you
you're
know
looking
what,
for
man?
perfection.
I feel like that hurt Dr. Dre's career in a way.
Perfection?
Yeah, him being too much of a perfectionist because he had an album he was supposed to drop like, I don't know, like in 15 years ago or whatever. And it's like, no, he's not putting it out. No, he's scrapping it. He's redoing it. And I'm like, yo, you had 50, The Game. You had that whole era. Guaranteed you had some classics in there,
sure.
But like he's such a perfectionist apparently. So I feel sometimes that like, man, I'm sure you got so many classics in the vault that you don't put out because you're overthinking, you know?
You know what's funny? I have this song like that I dropped like my let's say my so since I got out, I dropped 4 tracks.
Yeah.
The first one was Re-Up.
Yeah.
That one was with the featuring with VG. Then I dropped like, I would say my biggest song yet because of video wise and views wise.
Which one you talking about? Okay.
That's the one with the girls and the G-Wagon and the club and
That one caught my attention.
Yeah, that one caught everybody's attention. I was surprised with that one, And then I dropped Flip.
Yeah.
And then Baggin. So that's 4 tracks,
And the one you mentioned with VG.
Yeah.
Is that like because I'm just wondering.
That was the first song since I got out, to be honest.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
It was like my initial comeback, to be honest, yeah.
First day out type shit.
Fuck, I would even say it's a first day out. It's just like a re-up and hit the trap.
Okay.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like,
and when you VG, is he somebody from the clique? Is there like
he's a close friend. He's a close friend.
Okay.
Yeah,
and is that something that you envision when you look at the game as far as like?
To be honest, I work with anybody I know. I'm open to working with even people I don't know as long as your music is, good. Because, we're not going to make music with people that...
No, 100%. But do you see yourself as like maybe having... Because I don't know the background. We're getting to know each other, right? So like a clique or a label or a kind of thing like that. Is that something you'd be interested in doing as far as the entrepreneur side? Or you're more like, no, I'd rather get signed and not have to worry about that,
To be honest, right now, I'm not even thinking about that. All I'm thinking about is releasing and what comes after,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And is there any artists from the city that you listen to? These days?
I fuck with a lot of to be honest, I listen to more like the music that I listen to in the city is more French because it seems like there's more French that's out right now.
So tell me what you're listening to on both spectrums, like the French from here and the English from wherever.
Okay. So the French from here, I would fuck with like Lost.
Shout out Lost.
Shout out to Zinera, guys like that.
Yeah, Zinera's killing it right now.
Yeah, and there's a 1, 2 other, but shout out to everybody that's doing their thing.
100%. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, no doubt.
Big up everybody.
Okay, and on the is it on the English side? Is it American or there's some Toronto stuff?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. On the English side, I fuck with my niggas from the six there. You know, there's Casper doing his thing. There's a bunch of guys, but
Casper just dropped. You know what? I want to mention it right now. That's my That's like my pick.
That's your guy, yeah?
Feature pick this week. I think he dropped a video. I think it's this week. Expensive. Yeah, that joint fire, man. I was enjoying that joint. I was like, okay.
I listened to that. Yeah, no lie.
Yeah, that Expensive was fire, man. I had to mention that one, man.
Too, you know?
Shout out to the Six, of course, man. They're doing a lot of moves. It's crazy.
We network.
But is that something that you think about? Because, you know, you said it, like the spotlight here in Quebec is a lot on the French scene.
For sure.
So, like, do you stay tapped in? Because it's like there's so many different markets within one market, right? There's like the French market, there's the English market here.
To be honest, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to work with everybody. And obviously I have to work with Ontario, right? Because that's the big market for English if I want to push more on. Because Quebec, obviously they're going to listen, but like, they're not Anglophone, right? So they rather listen to their French guys before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, but there's always the people that like the English music because at the end of the day, English is like the main language of the world, you know, universal. You can't go wrong with that.
Everybody,
you know?
no, you can't go wrong with that.
Everybody listens to English, right?
But you got to say that, you know, like, because a lot of times we tell the artists they got to be in the market that they want to blow up in, exactly. Right? So if I was telling you if you could go somewhere and like kind of push your music and work your music, would you?
Be Toronto, to be honest.
Toronto would be the spot?
For sure.
Okay, so you still see you follow the scene and everything like that.
Oh, for sure.
So when you see like top 5 with Kanye and all this kind of stuff, like because me, I'm not that tapped in.
That's big.
It's crazy. Like I know
huge.
top 5 and I know, but like for him to be there with Ye and shit. But you know what's crazy when I see all that happening, but I don't feel like, is there music coming out? Like on
his side?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I feel like right now he's viral, he's popular, but I'm wondering what's the plan. Is he going to drop something?
Probably when he's going to drop, it's just going to explode, you know? He doesn't even need to drop that guy.
Yo, it's to be honest with you, it's impressive. It's impressive.
His internet presence is crazy.
Because, you know, like when he came out, he was like wilding out, like trying to kind of make noise and it was working. But like, okay, now it's been a while and it keeps growing and getting big. Now we see him with Kanye, they're trading chains
Drake
and shit.
And all that shit, for sure.
It's crazy, man. Do you feel like Drake is what helped kind of help blow up the Toronto scene?
For sure.
Because I feel like a lot of eyes, when they look at Canada, they look at Toronto, right?
Yo, I wish in Montreal there was a Drake, man, because we need that here.
Yeah, we got some dope artists, man. It's crazy. We got a lot of talent.
We need a major guy, though, international, you know? That's going to shed light on us, you know?
Do you think it would be a difference if it's a French or an English guy that goes international?
To be honest, anything that sheds light on a city would it would help anybody, everybody.
That's a fact.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's the same fans that are listening. So
absolutely, and I always use the example of like Latin music.
Okay.
Like we all listen to Latin music. We're in the club,
shit.
and we don't understand, bro. And then some people tell me, "Oh no, the accent." I'm like, "Yo, I don't think it matters, bro." Like, if it's banging, people will mess with it. You know what I mean?
For the Afro beats, the Burna
big time.
Burna Boy.
This is what it's all about right now. You know what I mean? And there is a big scene that I see in Montreal that people are starting to like. You know, Afro artists, Afro R&B kind of vibes, and I think it's dope, man. I think that's kind of the beauty of the city, man. And you know, we always say who's gonna put the city on the map or the country on the map, but I feel like the producers are doing it more than ever.
Okay, yo, first we're talking about producers. Shout out to my boy Triple M.
Let's go.
Triple M, he made my beat Flip.
Okay.
My boy's been working with big French artists. I gotta shout this guy out. Not everybody knows Triple M. He made beats for White B. He made beats for Noir, who's platinum in France.
Big artist.
Noir.
Hey, man, word on the street, he might be in MTL soon. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah?
You know where you heard it first.
Sheesh. But yeah, okay. Triple M, like, shout out to him. Shout out to...
Okay, that's fire. See, we need to know about that because especially producers, they're usually low-key kind of people. And it's like, I like it when people kind of shout them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Mello. That's my main guy. Yo, Mello is my engineer.
Mello
man, yeah, with the dreads. Yeah,
come on, man. Mello's a legend, man. He produces too for a lot of people, man.
Mello is my guy too.
Okay.
I have this other guy from Brazil.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
Internet connects.
Yo, bro, right now the beats are I have over 50 beats waiting, not even made.
Really?
Like, instrumentals, just like pending. Like
Already
that
they're
guy's-
yours.
Yeah, that guy sent me like since I started dropping. To be honest, people have been just throwing beats at me like, "Yo,
It's crazy
I
how it's
want you
easier
on
all of a sudden, right? Like people send you shit.
it." Girls want to.
Oh, well, we're going to get into that. Don't worry. Hey, we're going to get into that, bro. But okay, hey, you know what? Matter of fact, I want to shout out a producer too, man. He goes by the name of King Alex Beats. He's a youngin from the city. He's got 2 albums out with a lot of artists from the city.
Alex Beats.
Yes,
That's
sir.
His producer name?
Yep.
Okay.
And actually recently he collabed on a Shakira song.
Oh yeah.
Which is like multi-platinum.
Oh,
I don't know how many millions of streams, and he's on some other shit, but like it's crazy to see. Like I said, man, the internet and all these connections, it can go from 0 to 100. So he connected with the right people that got him there, and you know what I mean? The price probably went up. You know what I mean? Shout out. I hope if I need anything, but you know what I mean? It's dope. It's dope to see because there's a lot of producers. I mean, K-Tranada, there's all kinds of dope producers making a lot of crazy moves that sometimes goes unnoticed because we want to have that Drake or that kind of like front man. You know what I mean? But sometimes the producers are doing it, but for sure the front artist will make more of an impact on your city.
Yeah, big up the producers though. Without them, there's no beats.
No doubt, no
bangers.
doubt. Yo, do you have input in the production that you release? Like, do you work with the producers or they just send you packs?
Honestly, I would tell my guy, yo, send me some dark shit or
Okay.
some shit groovy.
Do you
know,
give them like examples on like check
Yeah.
this song, that song kind of thing?
Yeah, if I really want to get a particular sound, but either wise than that, like just send me whatever you can and I'll work with it. You know.
Okay. Did you ever have to like? You say you come to the studio with the verse ready and everything, right? So let's say it's a featuring.
Okay.
And then the guy goes in the booth, comes guy or girl, whatever, comes out the booth, and you're like, maybe I'm gonna change the verse quick. Did that ever happen?
You know what's funny? Not really, but I would rap to a certain hype or capacity. Obviously, like if you're featuring is hard, you have to rap hard, man.
No
like,
choice,
come on
bro.
now, like,
And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of features, they get on the song to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To kind of make their mark. So like, yeah, okay. Who's some of the artists that you respect for their writing?
Lost, man. Lost, man. There's no.
I like
shit.
that you mentioned Lost, man, because he gets the props out here, but I feel like it's his talent is like even bigger than the city or the country.
Lyrically wise, there's nothing that tops that, like metaphors. And,
Absolutely.
punchlines and all that
Absolutely.
shit, crazy.
Okay. And what I respect too about him is that he's independent. And look at the
Is
quality. Yep.
You sure about that?
He is. Yeah.
Sets himself, no.
No. He did an album with Soulja that's on Septième Ciel, and that album got released
So what
on
about
Septième Ciel.
White B and these guys? Those guys are
White Bee's on Joyride.
okay. So it's just him who's not signed.
Yeah, he's when he drops his solo stuff, it's on 514. It's his stuff.
Oh,
And what I respect about it is I mean, me it's like if you go indie or with a label, I have no issue. Like that's a choice you make, you know. But it's like when you go indie and you do it big the way he's doing it, like with the videos in
profits
Dubai
his
and
pocket-
this
in
and
his
that.
pocket, that's good. Shows.
For sure, but like it's not a lot of people will put up the funds to fly to Dubai and fly to Morocco and do a 10-minute video.
Because
and
that's what these labels are doing. They're covering everything, huh?
you mean like the grants and stuff like that?
I don't even.
Les subventions, like the grants.
So that's what they're doing, huh?
Well,
Half of these guys are
it's
labels.
no, but the labels, people got a misconception. From what I understand, the label gives you half. So
In
if
advance.
no, like in the sense of if the budget is 100K for the project or for the video or whatever, you got to put up 50. And they put up, you don't get, it's not a full free ride.
I didn't even know the fucking scheme.
Yeah. But you see, like, I sat with Steve Jolin. He's the CEO of Septième Ciel.
Okay.
And these are questions I ask him, you know, obviously. And he's like, and you know what's crazy? He's like, oh, man, the information is available for everybody. Go online, figure out how to get it, and there's money to get.
So these labels are giving you half of the money.
When you're signed, you know, depending, and this is, I guess it's one model, right? I'm not saying it's always all like that, but yes, like if you're signed to a label, they're gonna put up the budget.
And then what? The profits are split. half
The
too?
label puts up the budget, and they get half of it of the grants they get, depending how big you are, right? Like that's a big label, they probably get decent amount of grants. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's why some artists are like, you see, like Lost, he's investing a lot in his money. Yes, he might be making, but he's investing a lot with the big videos and the this. It's all him. Whereas some people will be like, man, I'll just sign with them and what's the budget? Yeah, do this, do that. And I don't have to stress with
Depends
that.
on how lazy you are.
It's not that, man. It's like maybe you got other ventures, maybe you got other businesses, maybe you got, you know
It's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of time music too, man. I'm
Big
not gonna
time.
lie.
You got and I feel and that's why
Marketing and all that. Oh.
and that's why you being somebody who's dropping a lot these days, I feel like you realize that like, okay, man, if I really want this to work, I gotta drop more, I gotta be more present online. It's an investment, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And is this something
Time.
is it something that you're willing to kind of do and you see it on the long run kind of thing?
To be honest, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing this for fun. Like this isn't like I kind of like this, you know. So
Yeah.
like I'm not doing this for fun, you know. It's serious, you know. It's
Yeah, but I'm sure there's been moments where you were like, this is not paying right now. Let me go handle
to be
this.
honest, like music until it's a full hustle, you should see it as a side hustle. You should always do something else, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But some people say if you don't go all in, you're never gonna get to the prize.
You go all in with your energy, but you can't put all your time in music and not do anything else.
No, you gotta live. You gotta live. We're
You know
in
what I mean?
Canada, you know what I'm saying? No, 100%. Okay, that's interesting. So you got a joint also. Actually, you know what? I want to ask you this. When we go on Instagram, it's Genius, the pharmacist.
Yes, sir.
When we go on Spotify, it's the Genius.
Exactly.
When we go on YouTube,
It's Genius.
just Genius.
Yeah.
What's the official name? Is the Genius?
Genius, simple.
Okay. And do you? But is that like a issue maybe for people who are looking for you, or it's not always the same thing, or you know, we're talking marketing, we're talking.
To be honest, well, I seen on YouTube now when you write Genius, like you could actually find me, so that's good.
Okay.
There's
Well,
Genius,
yes,
there's
that is
Genius
good.
lyric.
But this is what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
a
but,
common word, right?
The
So
fact that I started dropping more, I'm actually like there, you know. So
you
like,
go up in the SEO and
exactly.
shit. Okay.
Like you have to drop, you know, like especially like if your name is like something else, or you know, like shit, yeah, for sure.
Okay. And speaking of the songs you dropped, there's one, the most recent one, Puff. How long you been? It was shot in Oka. Shout out everybody out there. You know what I mean?
Bud Shack.
Have you been a weed smoker since you're a youngin?
Come on,
For real?
since I'm 14.
Okay, so you're a veteran.
Yeah.
Okay. More blunts or papers?
There was a phase I was more blunt, but yo, for the health, man, yo, you gotta smoke them papers, man. You don't want no cancer at 40 years old, man.
It's tough, bro. With the blunts and shit is not obvious. Okay.
I know people that is just backward. Come on now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know some people like that, and it's like, I see you next time. Oh, I just smoke hash. I don't smoke weed no more. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? It was too much. If I was to ask you, favorite spliff in the morning or before going to bed?
Shit. To be honest, when you start your day high, like your day just goes fast. Like, like if you're going to sleep, there's no fun really. Like you're getting high to go to sleep. Like what the fuck? But I do that too.
But it's a routine, right? It's
yeah. It's just like eating. Like at that point.
Damn, man. You're calling out all my vices. All right. And in the studio, what's the Genius starter pack? Like, do you need to have the trees, the ambiance, people, solo? How do you do it?
It's just I'm high and I'm locked in. That's it.
No extra people or party vibes or this and that?
Because after that, you're not focused, right? So
it depends, man. Some people will be like, man, I like it when it's festive kind of thing. You know,
that's entertainment.
Okay. And we're talking about the trees and stuff. You remember the first time you smoked?
Oh, for sure. Yo, niggas were playing games with me and shit. They're doing the box. I don't know if you know about the box.
The box.
Yeah, it's when they put like, they act like they're putting a box on your head and they start doing some weird shit. Yeah.
Hold on, man. Break down the box. What do you mean?
The box, bro. You don't know, like when you're, I don't know, man. It's a thing. People like put up, like, it's not even a real box. It's fictional, and you see like, yo, yeah, it's
when
weird.
the box is there, you gotta kind of smoke it.
They would put a box on you. They would act like they're putting a box on your head, and they would start doing some. Because when you start smoking, you're
okay,
you're
they're doing this while you're high, and you're like,
yeah. My first joint, I didn't understand shit, and they're trying to make me bad trip. And shit.
No, that's not cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
The first experiences were like, yo. Then you would be like, yo, there's cops, and like, there's no, yo.
Okay, just like to mess with you.
Just to match with
man,
you.
No, that's not even what it's all about, man.
I know, but like. It's funny to
but
see
they were
somebody
older.
smoke. Yeah, it's funny to see somebody smoke for the first time. It's it's like a kid thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And if they're older than you, that part I can get. You know,
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
just messing with you and shit.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. And when did it start getting fun?
Maybe 16 when I was smoking every day. Damn. Yeah.
And it's been on ever since.
Yeah.
So when you take that forced break, is that something that's difficult
inside,
to deal with?
Inside, there's sometimes like, I was going through withdrawals.
But that's what I'm saying. When you go in,
But even inside there's smoke,
No,
man.
I know, but like as soon as you get in, you're straight kind of vibe.
No, if
That's
you don't
it.
land in a good place, you're not gonna be straight. But
That's what I'm saying. So
I
might be.
I got lucky when I landed. I landed in places where I knew people.
Oh,
and
okay.
God bless, you know.
Okay. Because I was saying, if you get there and you're like in a situation, you might have to wait a couple weeks or whatever.
Shit inside is rough too, man. I seen people doing some crazy shit, man.
Have you ever and that's up to you if you want to answer, but do you go further than trees?
Ooh, like consummation?
Yeah.
I almost sniff shit. That's for sure.
No. I'm just asking. I'm just
I
asking.
could answer that.
Because some people even in the studio, they like to pop a pill or do some
To be
stuff
honest,
like that.
I fuck with Adderall and Vyvanse. Yeah, I like
That's
to.
interesting.
Yeah, concentration shit. Not harder than that though.
But Adderall, I heard, is like it really like you lock in.
Yo, bro, if you understand what that shit does, man, like yo. Yeah.
I heard like a lot of business people and stuff use that.
Sure, man, dude. That's the shit right now.
For real?
Yo.
But you're not like buzzing, you're not like laughing
you're
or
focused
whatever.
and you're up for like, you can do like if you need to multitask, if you need to read a full book, if you want to drive to Toronto, like if you want to do like shit that like surpasses your normal capacity, if you take that, like it's like a super boost, man, to be honest. I don't promote it.
No, I get it. No, and it's interesting because I just asked to know, like, we're at the end of the day, everybody does what they do as long as they do it the right way, right?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't fuck. I de-suggest cocaine. Like, don't sniff cocaine. Like, to people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's something we're big on over here, man, at Real Talk of the North, man, like the awareness. Because yes, of course, it's the industry and a lot of things come with the industry, but at the same time, you always got to keep that focus. And it's interesting. It's good that you say that. Like, if a youngin is watching and he sees you say this, like, what's your first advice you would give?
Yeah, don't get lost with the cocaine, man. Be careful, man, with that shit, man. It's addictive, you know?
Big time, man. Big time, man. It's crazy, man. Today, it's a dangerous game, you know. And again, with social media, things get glamorized. And, you know, even prison and shit like that. Like, what? I feel like it's like, and you know, I'm not talking. I didn't do time. I'm a civilian. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I feel sometimes it's like, because people don't understand. Like you said it earlier, you have influence
For sure.
and some artists sometimes are like, nah, but you know, like whatever I do, it's not gonna have it. And it's like, but it will. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on who you are, though.
I feel if you're popular enough, people look up to you. You have
sure,
fans.
man.
There's gonna be an influence. You know,
Sure.
so
No, half of the fans are kids, man. Like,
Yeah.
no lie.
exactly. And
They
I feel
range from 14 to 20.
100%, man. I just hosted Shree's concert last Friday,
bare
and
kids.
like, bro, like my homie came, you know, and he's like, "Yeah, bro," and I'm like, "I know, bro. Like, but this is the crowd, bro. This is the ones who spend
Those are
money
the
on the tickets, right?
supporters.
It's you gotta kind of deal with the public you have in front of you. But yeah, man, I feel like that's how the game is today, man. In 2025, man. So okay, so right now when you're looking at the rest of the year, like what's the move? Are you looking more at EP project? Is it
Be honest,
dropping singles?
Right now, I dropped like four singles since I got. I'm just gonna keep dropping. I'm working on featurings. I got featurings coming.
Okay.
And you know,
Any featurings you want to let the people know about out here? You know
I
what I'm
got a
saying?
featuring with my guy, a bag full.
Let's go. Shout out Bagful. Dope artist.
Yeah.
Dope artist. Okay. And you know, that's it. That's all we get out here.
I'm not gonna leak other featurings that are not done. You know.
Okay, but it's gonna be singles. It's not no projects or anything right now.
Like I said, I had the mixtape in view. Right now, I'm just gonna drop like, let's say like right now we're in May. I'm gonna drop like maybe 4 or 5 other singles out through the year. I think I should come with it next year. I'm gonna keep it for next year, the mixtape.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a smart strategy. I feel like today,
Get yourself out there first, and then
not only that, attention span, bro.
exactly, huh?
One by one, bro. One by one. Feed him one a week, one every 2, one every
Exactly.
month, whatever it is.
Type
Just
shit.
a strategy behind it. You know what I mean? Do you follow? You said you follow the French scene out here in Montreal.
Yeah.
Are you tapped in with the English artists too?
Sure.
Like Mike Shab or
Mike Shab,
Mags
yo,
or
I know
like
Mike Shab personally, man. Yo,
Okay.
actually, you know what's funny? Mike Shab and me, yo, we used to before he got too big, yo, we used to say you were gonna do a track, but we never ended up doing it. Like, yo, we've been talking about that since
Yeah, but Mike Shab's
2016.
he's the realest dude. Like he's a
Yeah,
cool
I would
ass
fuck
dude.
with Mike Shab any day. Like, yo,
Yeah, and
tell
he's
Mike
doing-
Shab holla at me, you know.
Hey man, it's
Yeah,
you
you
can tell
already
him
know.
straight by looking at
Mike
the camera,
Shab, you
bro.
already know. Like,
Let's
holla
go.
at your boy, you know?
Shout out Shabo. Congratulations on the Gala Dynasty Artist of the
Shout
Year
out to you,
award.
man.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's dope to see artists like that doing their thing. Even I wanted to shout out also a video I saw this week. J Red the Doctor, Beatbox. Go check that out, man. He rolls with the big dogs only, man. It's
okay.
like Mags. I know you know Magnum, RVLR Mags. Man, so Borden, him, so many dope artists, and it's a whole English scene movement going on. So there is some dope talent out here,
Shout
man.
out to CY.
Let's go. CY. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Southwest, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, but I do feel it's a little bit segregated. Like the English artist there, this artist there, and I feel like everybody should mix, man. I feel like
Yeah, man. Like
It's too-
people
it's
shouldn't
too
be shy
split.
to reach out to the French, you know. Like,
yo, bro, we're out here. Like this is the market here. You got to take advantage. And I feel like guys like Shab, guys like K Bands that kind of embrace the French scene.
Exactly.
It helped them,
for sure.
but you still gotta get out, man.
throw those English gems out.
Yo, so we said VG. So there's no team or clique or anything like that. It's just featurings you're doing like
I
that.
promote no gang activity. Or
No.
There's none of that going on.
I said click, like you know that shit.
No. We're just boys, and we all know each other, and we make music together. That's it.
Okay. What are words of advice you would give to a young genius?
Keep going, man. If I would have kept going, like, I would say like I should have just kept going. Obviously, I got stopped right by the law, but like just keep going, never give up. You see how I came out? I could have like gave up. Keep going, you know, like even if you go to obstacles, keep going.
100%. 100%.
Don't
You
stop.
see these artists that we mentioned that are having success.
Even keep going.
They drop nonstop, bro.
For years.
Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't work, but you can't dwell on it. You just
Till
gotta
you get that hit that people fuck with.
You just gotta keep dropping them, man. That's crazy, man. It's true. And so now we're looking at singles for the rest of the year. Do you follow a little bit the news in the rap game and what's happening with what and like the Joe Buttons and the podcasts and all this kind of stuff? Or are you more like I just check out the music and
I do check out the music more than I check out more than music, yeah.
if the genius or somebody would write, you said your life story is crazy. If somebody would write the book about you, what would it be called?
How did he?
Okay.
How did he?
Like in the sense of like overcoming shit?
Yeah. Cause let's be real. Like me, I'm a minority. You know, like when you're a minority, for you, the percentages of my people making it is, you know, even growing up, we're minorities. Like, you know, it's always harder. So you just gotta push harder. And
Did you feel a lot of like pushback or difficulty here growing up in Montreal?
no, because Montreal is very multicultural. But yeah, no.
But there is the system. You're talking more about the system.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. What would be, if you can answer in one sentence, what would be the biggest lesson you pulled from the streets?
Make good choices.
How do you know, we're talking about consistency. How do you keep the focus and the consistency in an era where beef and all these other virality, all these things are glamorized more than hard work? How do you stay focused?
Well, you gotta like it first. You gotta be passionate about it, and then once it starts working, because at first maybe it won't work, but once it starts working, don't give up, man. Just keep doing it.
Do you feel sometimes in some of your songs, there's some bars that you write that you're like, yo, what I'm saying here is crazy, and it goes over people's heads?
I don't say too complicated shit. So
Okay.
no.
Okay. We're gonna go into like the little random questions here while we're
let's do
winding down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy, the genius in the building. Go check out his music. Go stream all his
check
stuff.
out
You know what I'm
Flip,
saying?
Bag In,
Let's go.
and Puff about.
What's the funniest or weirdest DM you got after releasing a song?
Ooh, I'll have to think, huh?
Was
Funniest.
there any?
Yo, I had people say like, I have people saying so much crazy shit I don't even remember, to be honest. Like,
Okay. If you can trade place with any rapper for 24 hours, who would it be?
fuck, Future.
Good one. Is he GOAT status for you?
For sure, he's been GOAT status. Trendsetter.
Been GOAT status. Okay, yeah. Craziest thing you spent money on that you regretted?
I'll be real honest. At a point, I could say this because, I went to like sticks, firearms.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, we're going there.
That's dumb, like.
Okay.
I regret like getting caught with it. I got caught with a firearm. I could say it because I got caught with it.
It's public record.
No problem.
Okay. But that's one of the things but it's interesting you say that, man.
Yeah, I was sad.
Okay. For somebody who doesn't know Genius and is like, okay, man, I want to get familiar, but I can only listen to one song, which one would you recommend?
Well, fuck, if you want to have an idea of who I am, I would say listen to Flip.
Okay.
Bag In.
Okay.
Yeah,
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory. Okay, so let's go different lane. What's the pettiest thing you might have done to a female that, let's say, did you wrong or this, or if you even have a petty side?
Shit, I'm not too vindictive, so I don't really on the vengeance type.
Okay,
Like,
so even
I let them slide, like it's a female. You're not gonna beef with a female,
No,
right?
I'm not saying no beef, but some guys, there'll be some people could be very petty.
Nah.
Okay.
We don't stoop down to that level,
I respect it. What's your favorite ad lib in your songs? Okay. Are you more a daytime studio or nighttime studio? Daytime. Okay, that's interesting. You're focused on your shit.
Yeah.
If you can open, two options. All right, now I'm gonna give you options, this or that. You tell me what you think. Open up for a major artist on a tour, or headline your tour, but you're doing like 100 people venues.
I would rather open for a big artist. So.
Okay. What would you rather be known for lyricism?
Okay.
Or be known for a viral TikTok hit?
Nowadays, people are more into viral TikTok hit for sure. Like,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay. If you can pick a world with or without social media?
We're so used to it, so a world with.
Okay. Freestyle or writing?
For recording?
Whatever way. Yes.
Writing.
Writing?
Alright.
Thick or slim?
Ooh, I like the thick for sure.
Okay.
You
Little
gotta have
thickness.
some meat on the bone.
I witnessed the thickness.
Meat on the bone.
Blunts or papers? We already went through that one.
Yeah.
Money or love?
In my case, money.
Hey, there's no wrong answer, bro.
Yo,
Okay.
love doesn't pay, man.
That's a fact.
Love, I've seen so much people fall in love and go broke. So
Broken, heartbroken.
exactly.
Damn.
Money won't hurt your feelings. Put that on, man. Money won't hurt your feelings, man.
Okay. I like that. That's a good motto to have.
Money don't hurt your feelings.
But
it makes you feel better.
Even G's need love too, no?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Maybe the place where I'm at in my life.
Yeah. It's all about time and
Exactly.
place, and I respect that because some people get caught up in situations and it's like, yo, it's not the time in your life to do that, Okay. So when you're doing a show, you rather have a DJ or a hype man with you? DJ? Okay. If I'm give you different artists, if I say Lil Wayne or Future?
Fuck, I fuck more with Future, but Lil Wayne's the initial GOAT,
So you go Future?
Yeah.
Okay. Future or Young Thug?
Future.
Okay, you use Future over everything.
Fuck.
Okay, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Drake.
Okay. Drake or Kendrick?
I have to say Drake, man. I'm Canadian.
Let's go. You already know. I love this platform. Everybody's saying the same answer. Okay, if I say academics or Joe Budden?
Academics. I don't even listen to Joe Biden.
No, you don't? Okay. Okay. Vlad TV or Adam 22?
Ooh, I think the Vlad is the informant, no?
That's what they say. I don't think he's an
so I'll
informant.
go with Adam, you know?
Oh, for real? Okay, really?
Yeah. I don't fuck with the informant shit, you know?
But I don't...
Yeah, too many personal questions there.
Okay.
Man's just trying to know too much, you know?
Yeah, but don't you feel like it's also the artist's responsibility?
Well, you're responsible for what you say, but if the guy is there already like trying to incriminate you and shit,
You gotta...
it doesn't help, you know?
That's a criticism I once gave to another podcaster. I was like, yo, bro, like... Because sometimes the artists are a lot younger, they don't know, and it's easy for us to kind of direct the conversation. Okay. So if I tell you Vancouver or Edmonton?
Vancouver.
Okay. Vancouver or Toronto?
To live or to... What are we talking about now?
However you interpret it.
Toronto.
Okay. A Grammy or a Juno?
Grammy?
Much Music or Music Plus?
Much music? Huh? That's a trick question.
Well, I mean, hey, it's whatever you grew up on. Some people say Music Plus, some people... Okay. The Leafs or the Habs?
The Habs?
Okay, thank you. Poutine or just a regular fry?
Poutine.
Okay. Beef tasso or Haitian griot?
The griots,
Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with the griot more though.
Okay. White gold or yellow gold?
Yellow.
Trap queen
Oh.
or 9 to 5 wifey?
In my case, the trap queen.
Okay. Some people are like, anyways, we won't get into that. Okay. Voice notes or text messages?
Shit. If you have a long message to say, I don't like the paragraphs. I'd rather you voice message me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Benz or Beamer?
Bands.
Okay, easy like that. Okay. Summer in MTL or summer in the 6?
Oh, I would say summer in the 6, my G.
Nah, for real?
Yeah, bro. Caravana and all that shit. Strip clubs.
Yo, even the studio audience is agreeing with that one. For real? That's me being empty. I'm too MTL. I'm too MTL. That's me.
Even me as an MTL guy,
but I haven't spent really too much summers out there like that.
Bro, I could spend a week in Toronto and it's better than the 2 months in Montreal.
Come on, bro.
I'm not joking with you, bro.
Yeah. You hurt me with that one. For real? Okay, there's I didn't know it was that much of a difference. Like, are you talking like the nightlife?
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm more English. And when I go out there, I get more love or some shit like that. Yo, in the strip club, it's different. That shit hit different.
Okay.
Yo, them ones hit different, you know?
Okay. I mean, I can't be mad at that answer, you know what I'm saying?
Ones hit different.
Okay, what's the
BBLs and shit?
Yeah, we see less of that here, right?
For sure. Over there, it's normal. BBL is normal.
Okay. So, BBL or naturel?
I'm not gonna go for the BBL, you know, like I want the BBL only, you know, but like.
But if it's there,
I'll take it, right? But obviously, I'm gonna say natural, but if you have a BBL, you're good too, you know. Like,
okay. Favorite all-time strip club?
Shit, yo, fuck. My boy had a strip club open and shut down. It was called the Her Club in Mississauga.
Okay.
Yo, that one, whoa, wow, that was it, man.
What made it so dope?
Fuck, just like, I don't know. I fuck with like multicultural girls, you know. Like out there, I was seeing like, I was seeing everything. It's like,
okay, I feel you.
There's white, there's light skin, there's Spanish, there's, you know, like.
Okay. I like it.
Versus out here, is you see a lot of just maybe Quebecois.
Squat on
type shit, you know. Like,
I get it.
They're not even trying to give out their number out here, you know.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
Touche, or they know you already. You know, like I'd rather go somewhere I'm not known.
Fresh somewhere else.
Fresh.
I see what you're saying. Okay. If I was to tell you Balenciaga or Nike Tech.
Nike Tech.
Okay. If I tell you $50K up front or $2K a day for a month.
$2K a day a month is more than $50K up front, so I'll do the $2K a day for a month.
Okay. Smoke before or after a session?
Before and after.
Okay, I respect it. So I'm not even going to go in Montreal nightlife versus Toronto nightlife. Montreal women or Toronto women? Really?
Yeah,
Come
man.
on. Montreal's no. Isn't Montreal like...
I fuck with Montreal, but
Isn't
like,
Montreal the cat? Man, I'm seeing people shake their head. Come on, man.
no joke, bro.
I gotta go. It's been a while I've been out
Yo,
there.
even me, I gotta go, man. I be missing this shit.
Shout out
like,
to the six, man. Shout out
yo,
to the
I
whole
be
Canada,
missing
actually,
this
man.
Shit, bro.
Okay.
I'll be missing this shit. Like, yo, I'll be out there, man. Yo, they just come towards me. You know, out here, it's like out here they're scared of you, man.
Okay, I see the difference.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I'm not no scary dude. I'm fucking nice, you know.
Hey,
like,
man, let it be known, bro.
you know what I'm
Let it
saying?
be
Good
known, man.
approach, you know, we do the shit.
There you go, man. Follow. If I was to say, let's say a last one. Jay-Z or Nas?
Shit. I would say Jigga, man.
For real? Yeah. Okay. I'm more a Nas guy, you know what I'm saying? Prodigy kind of guy, but hey, Nas, right?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Nas, Jay-Z did more, right? So
On the business side, I guess, yeah. But Nas does other shit, I think, on the business, but like not in music.
Type
Not in
shit.
music. Not in music.
two different levels. Come on now.
100%. Hey, I respect it either way, man. If I tell you tomorrow you can do a featuring with any artist in the world, you come here, the session's at 8 p.m., who would it be?
Well, it would be like what, Boss Mandilo or Future or these guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boss Mandilo's killing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd do the Future more, no?
Both of them are
Yeah, I
dope.
guess you can't really go wrong with either or.
It's gonna sound dope in both ways.
Yo, so before we get out of here, first of all, thank you for your time, bro. Thanks for coming
Thank you,
through,
man.
Everybody
Shout out
go.
J7.
You already know, man. Everybody go check out his music, stream everything he's doing. You know what I'm
Genius, you know?
saying? Of course, man. If there's a message you can tell to the people watching that don't know you, that are trying to get familiar, or where they could follow you, let it be known,
Yo,
broski.
follow me on IG, Genius the Pharmacist. And message to the people, man, just be yourself. Enjoy life. Take one day at a time, you know, don't rush anything. Your time will come.
You already know, man. Big respect to you for coming through, man. You already know what it is, man. This was Real Talk of the North. Shout out the whole We See Hip Hop family, man. We signing off. Big love everybody that's tuned in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's your boy J7. We out like that. Let's go.
I'm hot, I roll the blunt. I'm high like what the fuck. I'm high like what the fuck. Got a girl, she tryna fuck. Shawty be a slut with them double D cups. So I think I'm finna be up. She selling kitty, don't need to re-up.